Welcome to the Among Ourselves show with Pat Grattan and friends. Brought to you by Village Crier. Join Pat every 2 weeks for a new show at villagecrier.info.
Hey everybody, I'm Pat Grattan with Among Ourselves, and on this show we're going to be making pie crust. I know you're saying, I can't make pie crust. I found the best recipe, and I've been looking for a long time, for you to have for yourself, because I'm sharing among ourselves. And I'll show you how to do it when we come right back.
At Pure Water Systems Incorporated, we offer the following. We are well water experts. Whole house rotten egg odor removal, whole house iron hardness removal, whole house calcium removal, whole house chlorine removal, and we are public water specialists. We have over 27 years of experience, and we are licensed. For more information, please call us today, 352-228-2200.
Okay, the first thing you have to understand when you're using pie crust or making pie crust is everything has to be cold. You want ice cold butter. What I do is chop up a stick and a half of butter into little pieces and throw it in the freezer until I'm ready. And while I'm assembling the ingredients, then I put everything in the bowl. And the other thing that I do that I want you to make sure that you do also is aerate the flour. When you aerate the flour, if you didn't aerate the flour, your finished product would be heavier than you want it to be. So as soon as I get this lovely butter out of the plastic bag, we will continue. Did I not tell you one time I wasn't perfect? Okay, now I've got the flour all aerated. Now I need, so that's 1.5 sticks of butter. Now 3 cups of flour. Now that is a goodly amount of flour. And this one particular recipe that I found used a food processor. And you know what? The one that I have is too small. Santa, can I have a big food processor, please? Okay, there's one. Told you I wasn't perfect. Here comes 2. And you notice that I'm filling it up and then scraping the top off so that I get pretty much a level. You don't have to be persnickety about it, but you know, that's exactly, you want the right measurements for what you're doing. Okay, so here comes 3. Then we're going to put the rest of the dry ingredients in here, and that would be a tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of kosher salt, okay? Tablespoon of sugar, and we've got a teaspoon of kosher salt. All right, that's it, except for the good old shortening. Now, I love this gadget. I just measured 1/3 cup, and then I just take my trusty old knife. No bother, no mess, no fuss, no strain. Okay, now comes the cutting in part. Now, if you had the mixer, the food processor, this would be just pulsed to a ball. Well, guess what? You're looking at the food processor right here. And as soon as it comes together, I should say, it isn't going to come together until you put the water in, but we're going to make it into, it looks like, let's see, what could I say that it looks like? It looks like small peas are in there, plus a finer grind, sort of like, so that you've got the shortening incorporated in the flour. I am going to tell you, this is, in all honesty, one of the best recipes that I've found for pie crust. You know, you get these people who find good recipes and just keep them. Well, it's a secret. Heck, don't you want to be noted for something? That's what I think. Everybody says, well, this is a recipe that I got from Pat. Hey, I'm proud. I don't understand people who don't share. The recipe goes to the grave, and everybody wonders. And I've had people, when I was on the air up north, I've had men call me and say, you know, my mother used to make whatever it was. And God loved them. They pined for the recipe. But she wouldn't share it. So no one got it. Well, guess what? No one got it later either. So if you got something that's good, pass it along. Okay, I'm going to finish putting this, incorporating this. And when I do, oh, well, actually, we're almost there. I think what I will do is put the water in. Now, here's the other thing. You're going to put ice water, 6 to 8 tablespoons of ice water. I put 6 in first and test it from there. 1, 2, 3, come on, ice, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let me get this measured here. See if I got a good mix for it to come to a ball stage, and that's what you want. The other thing about pie crust, you do not want to handle it too much. It makes a tough crust. The more you handle it, the tougher the crust. This is just incorporating it. You do need 2 more tablespoons with this. 1, 2, that should do it. Okay. Now, as I incorporate this, this is the part that's going to take me a little bit longer. I'm going to let a break come through. We're going to hear a commercial, and I'll be right back to show you how to roll this wonderful pie crust mix. You will see a ball of dough. Be right back.
GNR Pharmacy for all your prescriptions and home medical needs.
Come to our pharmacy where we treat you like family, not a number.
Eliminate confusion, eliminate fear, eliminate errors. With GNR Pharmacy, eliminate your medical concerns. GNR Pharmacies offer the Go Pack solution. The Go Pack gives your daily dosage of meds in a sealed package with clear instructions for safety and convenience. Just add water.
Hi, I'm Raj Patel, owner of GNR Pharmacy. We'd like to welcome you to our pharmacy and experience the difference here. We're caring for you and about you. GNR Health Mart Pharmacy.
GNR Pharmacy, locations on Highway 491 in Beverly Hills and on Highway 19 in Homosassa Springs.
Okay, our pie crust is formed into a beautiful little ball. Now, the other secret in making pie crust is to let it rest in the refrigerator for at least a half hour. If you go over the half hour, don't worry about it. But it has to be at least a half hour. So wrap it up and then put it in the refrigerator for a half hour, which I have done. I've already made one. It's right here. So why don't we do this? This is going to go in the refrigerator, and there'll be an elf putting it in for me over there. It has to go in the refrigerator. Thanks. Now, here's the one that I made previously, and I'm going to roll out half at a time. Now, when I say half, I mean if you're making a 2-crust pie, this is it. If you're making a 1-crust for pumpkin, banana cream, chocolate cream, what have you, this is it. We only use half. I got to put this half in the refrigerator because I'm only going to make a 1-crust pie, and I might end up having to use it later on. Okay. This is ready. Oh, another piece. I guess I'll use that too. Now what you do is just put it into a nice little disc, a little bit of flour on the floured board. Not much, just a little. Okay. Now, we're going to work. When you're doing the pie crust, you got to go from the center out. They tell you not to roll back and forth, as you thought you should, but you get it to make a round disc, a round cylinder. Now, I turned it over about this time, make sure that I've got it covered as far as I want it cylindrical. I don't want it to look rectangular to go into a round dish. Okay, so Remember, this is frozen, not frozen, this is cold dough. Now you can bring it to whatever. Now see, everybody says to me, how can you pick it up and move it around? When I do that, it falls apart. It's because it's cold, that's why. And now I'm going to have to measure by the time I get through with this. Measure it so that I get it into the dish. And I like a crust that's fluted. So that means you got to make it a little bit bigger than your pie plate. Let's see. Yep, we're measured. Now everybody else puts it on a rolling pin. And just put it in the pie plate. There we go. Now this particular pie plate was made for me by my wonderful sister-in-law, Angie. And it already gives me the fluted that I need. But I want to tell you how I do it, okay? I want to show, I'll flute it anyway. I'll just go around and make my own edge. All you do is turn the disc of dough, the edges, inward. Please take off your rings. I don't know how many times I had to pull dough out of my rings. And also, sometimes you might feel one area that's a little bit thinner than the other. Well, by the time you get through pushing the dough around, you'll be able to fix that up, so don't worry about it. You see what I'm doing? I'm going around and I'm making my fluted edge. And I'm using my thumb and pointer finger so that I can test it as far as the thickness is concerned. And I want to make sure that I don't stretch it too much. All right, this side seems to be a little bit thinner, so I'm going to push this thicker side down. See? Same here. Okay, how's that look? Pretty good? All right, fingers, fluting. This is it. It's no big chooch. Here we go. Oop, a little bit of flour. Didn't want to stay on the pan. I wanted to stay on my fingers. That's what happens when it starts to get warm in here under the lights. Okay. Now, need to prick it. And also, before I put it in the oven, some people use egg wash, which is just an egg and a little bit of water beaten up and then just put on the top of the dough. I use milk. I use milk. Okay. And there you go. Here's our pie ready for the oven. And we're going to be putting it in a 450-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes, and it took 12 minutes. And when I come back, I'll show you my pie crust that Matthew christened. You wait till you see this. Okay.
At Pure Water Systems Incorporated, we offer the following. We are well water experts. Whole house rotten egg odor removal. Whole house iron hardness removal, whole house calcium removal, whole house chlorine removal, and we are public water specialists. We have over 27 years of experience, and we are licensed. For more information, please call us today, 352-228-2200.
Okay, we're back showing the finished product, the baked pie shell. I can show you how beautiful it looks right now, and then I can show you what Matthew did to it. That's my big boy. He just had to sample, but wait till he sees the finished pie crust in all its glory. Here we are, chocolate cream pie at your service. I hope you enjoy making the pie crust. It is not hard, and you will not have any trouble with it. Just please try it. Keep smiling, everybody.
Thank you for watching the Among Ourselves show brought to you by Village Crier. Tune in for a new show every 2 weeks at villagecrier.info. If you have a suggestion, email it to Pat at boomtownmedia.net.